people. Australia, you know what I mean? Like, that's a lifelong, that's a once in a lifetime trip for some people, right? Just to say they actually went to Australia or New Zealand or Sweden or Denmark or the UK or Germany. And I've had the privilege to go to these places and be paid to go there. That's a WTF moment. And I've been to Australia a dozen times now. I'll tell you a really fun WTF moment. When I was a little boy, I loved Speed Racer. That was one of my favorite shows, animated shows. And you know what? I didn't even know it was anime. I was 12 years old. You know what I mean? I was 13, 14, 15 years old. It was weird. You know what I mean? I knew it was different. The animation style didn't look like Scooby-Doo. It was different. I didn't know why. I just knew that it was different. And the voices, the voice acting style, it was different than Bugs Bunny. I didn't know why, but it was. I just liked it. I didn't know it was anime, that it came from Japan. About 7 or 8 years ago, ADV Films in Houston decided that they were going to organize the first annual American Anime Awards. You know how you've got the Academy Awards and the Grammys and the Tonys and the Oscars and Golden Globes. Well, somebody in the anime industry thought, oh, why the heck shouldn't we have an awards ceremony, or awards show for the people in our industry? So they organized the first American Anime Awards. And that year, as luck would have it, I was nominated for Best Actor for Edward Elric in Full Metal Alchemist and for Hikaru Ichijo in Macross, who is the Rick Hunter character that you guys may remember from Robotech. I was nominated with several other really great actors, Crispin Freeman, Yuri Lowenthal, Johnny Bosch. And they had the fans vote. They had the fans vote to narrow down the field to the 5 finalists. And then they had an industry panel vote on the 5 finalists for who's going to win. And they had a big ceremony in New York City. I'm talking red carpet, in a big, beautiful theater, just like they do the Oscars, black tie affair, right? And all of the finalists in every category flew to New York City to be in the audience for this televised event. They had golden statues for the winners, just like the Oscars, only it was a mecha. They called him the mecha, and it was this cool golden robot. That was the trophy, so cool. So I went, right? I'm one of the finalists. So I went, and I'm in the audience, because we were all sitting in the audience, right? So I'm sitting in the audience, and I've got people all around me. So I start talking to this guy beside me, this old guy. He's an older gentleman. And we're talking, and then the show starts. Oh, the show's starting. So we're watching the show, and like, the nominees for Best Supporting Actress are, so, right, we're watching. Dun, 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 the winner is, yay, and Rebecca, on and on, right? So then it gets, the MCs, the host of the show, standing at the podium, just like that, and they go, and now we're going to present the Lifetime Achievement Award. Watching. This Lifetime Achievement Award goes to a gentleman who has been in the industry for 50 years. He's one of the most prolific voice actors, most well-known as the voice of Speed Racer. And I'm like, damn, this is cool. You know what I mean? I'm actually in the room with, I'm gonna get to see the guy that voiced Speed Racer. my childhood, right? And the Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Peter Fernandez. And the guy beside me gets up and walks up there. I was dying. I was like, holy crap. And he goes up, accepts his award, and comes back and sits down in his chair. And I'm like, and he sits down, and we'd been talking up to that point, so we kind of were buddies, you know what I mean? And he shows me, he's like, you want to see? I'm like, yeah, wow. He's showing me his trophy. It's beautiful. Thank you, congratulations. So then a few minutes later, and now it's time for the Best Actor category. The nominees are, right? You've seen the Oscars before. So they read all the nominees, and the winner is Vic Mignogna for Full Metal Alchemist and Matt Cross. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I went up, I accepted my award, and I came back down to my chair, and I'm showing him my award. WTF moment. Right?
Yes.
Is that crazy? If you could have gone back in time and told the 13-year-old Vic Mignogna, as he was watching Speed Racer, that one day he would be a voice actor and he would get to play a character in a show that would become well-loved, and then he would even receive an award, and he would be sitting beside Speed Racer and receive the same award that Speed Racer just received. He would have laughed in your face. I have had so many of those moments. Moments where people have come up to me people that have come up to my autograph table with prosthetic limbs and said, I lost my arm in a car accident, or I lost my leg because of this disease or whatever, and it was only Full Metal Alchemist that got me through it. To see this little boy lose his arm or his leg and just keep pushing forward and not giving up. And I would sit at my autograph table with tears pouring down my eyes, thinking, how did I ever get the privilege to do anything that meant so much to somebody? And that hasn't happened once. It's happened dozens of times. I am blessed way beyond what I deserve. And I am so grateful for the privilege to do what I do. I've had so many WTF moments. I hope I get to have more. My only regret is that I didn't start earlier, you know? I often tell Todd how jealous I am of him because he's 20 years younger than I am. He got started right out of college, you know what I mean? He got an opportunity to get involved in voice acting, you know, right out of college. I was 35 or 36 years old when I started voice acting. And my only regret is that I didn't start younger so I could get to do it longer, because I'm so grateful for the chance to do it. And I'm out of time, and that seems like a perfect place to end. Sure am. You guys, I'm going to be heading down to my table. I would love for you to come down and say hello. I've got some great pictures of a lot of different characters that I've done, music CDs, the concert DVD, and it's our last chance to get last chance to get to meet you. So I hope you'll come down and say hello. We can get pictures together, anything you like. And thank you so much for being here. Have a great day.
Thank you, Vic.